Hi everyone, Dr. Mankal here from Barhaven Family Chiropractic. I wanted to go over some important concepts with regards to scoliosis and scoliosis screening. Scoliosis is a three-dimensional deformity that some of you have heard of, and it causes a sideward deviation of the spine, and for the most part affects more girls than boys, and it can start to happen in the growth spurt of girls and boys in the ages between 10 to 13 years of age. So I wanted to go over today, being in the summertime, what we want to teach parents what they can do is to be able to do a very quick 4 to 5 minute little screening tool that you can be able to detect early signs of it, because believe it or not, this deformity is asymptomatic, which means there's no real symptoms to it. The only real symptoms that come into play is later on in life, where if it degenerates, it puts a lot of pressure in the nerves and the discs and the ligaments, and it does give people back pain. So some of these deformities, if they're caught early enough, they can be managed conservatively and not so much in the surgical realm. So it's important that parents are aware of it. There's nothing worse than a mom seeing your daughter or son for the first time, maybe from the back, and sees a weird deformity on the back of their rib, or their shoulders look uneven. We'll go over all those signs, but if we catch them a bit too late, then we maybe have missed a window of opportunity where we could have maybe done something to correct it, or at least reduce the postural deformity with it. So scoliosis affects 2 to 3% of the population, and again, more in girls than boys. And so what we want to do now is to be able to give you the screening tools as parents to be able to sort of look at your kids and see if they're showing signs of scoliosis, because we do know today, this is well known by the Scoliosis Research Society, that early detection is the key, because it really gives us a window and an opportunity to be able to have the best treatments for these developing kids. So on that note, I have my lovely assistant today, Kelly, who will help me today to show you this. And so one of the first signs that we're going to look for, and there's about 5 to 6 of them I want parents to be aware of. One of them, we look at your child from the back. We're going to look at the levels of the shoulders. And one of the signs is maybe an uneven shoulder height that you can see here. Okay. The second one is to look at the shoulder blades. Is one more prominent than the other? Okay, and so Kelly's helped me here to bring out the signs to you, that is, so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's in the shoulder blade. The other one, sometimes there's a visible, literally a visible deformity, not just yet, Kelly, a visible deformity of the spine shifting and curving to one side. And as Kelly was starting to do for me, sometimes you'll see is the waist distribution. Bit more complicated, yeah. You'll see the difference in the spacing here, and there'll be the waist will be asymmetrical from left to right. Okay. The other one, the last one here, is to look at the level of the hips. So if you go ahead and count for me. So sometimes you'll see a higher hip or a lower hip from one side to another. Okay. So those are the key sort of 5 cardinal signs. And the last one that we call the Adams forward bending. So can I have you turn this way? And so when you look at your child, we're going to have them put their feet together, they're going to put their hands together, and they're going to sort of bend forward, and as far as they can, that's comfortable. And what you're going to look for, do they have actually a rib hump deformity? And is one more rib, go ahead, Cup, you can show us, does one rib prominate more than the other? Okay? And that will be the mid-spine area. In the lower lumbar, you have to bend a bit further, and sometimes you'll see the muscles more prominent. So again, one side will be more elevated than the other. And that's kind of the Adams forward bending screening tool that you guys can use. So those are the 6 sort of early detection tools. Thanks a lot, Kel, appreciate that. That you can use as parents, especially now in the summer, whereby kids are wearing t-shirts or their bathing suits. You can really have a quick screening tool to be able to look for those early signs, because early detection is the best time to be able to get the proper care, because each scoliotic deformity requires a unique approach. And the earlier you detect them, the better opportunities that we have. So that's kind of the insights to that. I also want to share with you an app It's called the Screen app that really gives us the a little bit more in-depth details of some of the risks of scoliosis, whether it runs in your family, some environmental factors. So those things come into play as well. And you can check those things off in the app there and possibly do another screening in 6 months down the road, so you can actually have better a monitoring process on that along the line. So that's called the Screen app. It's free. And so we encourage you guys to download that and use it for your family and your friends. So I hope you found that helpful. It is Scoliosis Month, and so we wanted to share that with our viewers here. If you found that helpful and informative, please share it with your family and your friends, because everyone deserves to be able to get this screen done, and it's obviously very easy to do, but you just have to be aware of what to look for. So I hope you found that helpful, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.